Welcome to this video. This is my predictions for League One next year. Obviously Miller's dropped a division, so I thought it'd be fitting that I do League One. I will do Championship as well, maybe not a video because of the lateness of this video. I've had problems with my laptop, so I might just tweet that or something, my prediction for a Championship table. I'm going to start from the bottom of the table, go into the top, and then I'll put a picture of my full league table at the end. 24th place, rock bottom, I've got Gillingham. There's been little to offer real hope for them, I feel like, coming into this season. They struggled last year, there's not been enough investment, and it's just not looking good for them, unfortunately. 23rd place, I've got Shrewsbury. Again, it's another club that struggled last year. They finished 18th. They've got a lot of loan players coming, but I don't know how they're going to settle, so I've got them at 23rd. 22nd place, I've got Walsall. They finished mid-table last year, but they have a negative relationship with the manager, the fans. It seems like they do anyway, so I can't see them doing well. In the final relegation spot, unfortunately for me, it's a club I like a lot. 21st place, Blackpool, simply because the fans, or lack of fans I should say. Obviously they went up last year, they finished 7th I think, didn't they, through the playoffs. I do rate the signing of Max Clayton, who's joined them from Bolton. But I hope I'm wrong. As I said, it's to do with the fans more for me. I think that sometimes in games, players really need fans to get a boost. But obviously a lack of fans with the Oystons. I'm not blaming Blackpool fans in any way for whatever happens next year. They do right, I think. But that's my reason for that. 20th place, Bury. I think they'll narrowly avoid relegation. They finished 19th last season, so I see it panning out similarly. I've seen some of their fans saying that they might make the top 6 this year. I think that's a long way off. At 19th place, Oldham Athletic, similar place to last year, similar finish, they've got a similar squad. 18th place, AFC Wimbledon. I think they'll be safe. They've got a good manager in Neil Ardley. They shouldn't have too many problems. I know quite a few people have put them in their relegation slot, but I think they'll be okay. 17th place, Scunthorpe. Some of you might be a bit shocked at this. Obviously they finished 3rd last year. It's a very stark contrast, but they've lost a lot of players. They haven't really replaced them, so that's why. 16th place, Charlton. They finished 13th last year, but I haven't seen any reason for them improving, so that's why I've got them there. 15th place, I've got MK Dons. I don't know why everyone sort of raves about MK Dons in a way. I've got people putting them in playoffs and stuff like that. I've seen that. But I think since like they were good like once when they had like Dele Alli and players like that, and they're just an average team in my opinion. And you know they've got a good team. They've got Chuks and Ike. They'll probably surprise me, you know. So I expect a lot of MK fans give me a bit of stick for this. But I'm not saying they're a bad team. But I feel like out of all my predictions, this could be the one that I get most wrong. So yeah. 14th place, Southend United. A lot of their fans also expecting them to hit the playoffs. I just feel like with a lot of good teams going down and a lot of good teams coming up from League Two, that this year it's going to be so hotly contested. They are doing well, or did well I should say, under Phil Brown, but I don't think there'll be anything too special this year. 13th place, I've got newly promoted Plymouth Argyle. They were 2nd place in League Two. They signed Lionel Ainsworth from Motherwell, they signed Ryan Edwards from Morecambe, among other players. They've made good signings, they've got a good team, they won't struggle. 12th place, Rochdale. Again, I'd like to just emphasise that I think because so many good teams have also come into the division, it's going to make it even harder for clubs. It won't be disastrous for them to finish here. I know their fans as well seem to be looking at the playoffs. But as I said, I think there's just so much quality in the division. It is really close and it's hard to predict. 11th place, Peterborough, same as they finished last year. They got Ricky Miller from non-league. It'll be interesting to see how he settles. I think he scored 40 goals or something like that in the non-league. So it'll be good to see him settle. 10th place, Fleetwood Town, moving into the top 10 now. They surprised many people last year. They've lost players like David Ball. They have made signings to replace losings like this. Uwe Rosler is a very good manager. I just can't see them doing it again this year. But I wouldn't be surprised for them to sneak in a playoff spot, to be honest. 9th place, a bit of a pump one really. I've got Northampton Town. They've made a lot of good signings. They did very well staying up last year. I like the look of the midfield especially, and Justin Edinburgh is a very good manager. So I feel like this is my biggest pump one. It might shock a few people that I've put Northampton so high up. But I looked at the signings they've made. They've got a good depth in the squad, so I think they'll do well. 8th place, I've got Doncaster Rovers. One of our local rival teams that have come up obviously from League Two. Most people have put them mid-table, but I actually see them as a bit of a dark horse this year. John Marquise will perform well in League One as well, I'm sure of it, so they could push for the playoffs. 7th place, Bristol Rovers. Now, they've not got goal scorer Matty Taylor, but Darnell Clark is a very good manager, and I think they'll do slightly better this year because the manager is good. I like their manager a lot. In 6th place, in the first playoff spot, I've got my club, Rotherham United. Now, I know you're all going to say I'm biased for putting us here, but everyone, like, just hear me out, right? So 442 magazine put us in like 20th place. I've got Racing magazine put us in 21st, and I feel like people are just looking at one and seeing that he's inexperienced and everything like that, and the amount of goals we conceded. But watching this team in pre-season, we've had an awesome pre-season. We've signed plenty of attacking talent. We've got David Ball from Fleetwood. We've got players like Kiefer Moore and everything like that. We've got rid of the deadweight players like Dexter Blackstock, who seemingly didn't care about the club last year and were part of why we were so disastrous. We've got a hungry squad. We've got players that are championship quality. Alright, there might only be a few, but we've got championship players already. And Warren's brought in enough attacking talent, I feel, to give us the firepower. Maybe a couple more signings. But yeah, I definitely feel like we should be aiming for the top 6. The players want to make amends for last year's mess. Don't be so quick to write us off. 5th place, same place as they finished last year, at Bradford City. Midfielder Romain Vincelot's experience is going to be key. The squad's still a quality side and they can make this. 4th place, Oxford United. Might shock a few people, this. But, you know, they've got a plethora of good players, especially in attack. And even though they lost the manager, there still seems to be a really good feel around the club. And it's a club on the up, I think. And that's why I've got them there. I think they can achieve a lot. 3rd place, newly promoted Portsmouth. After a turbulent, to say the least, few years at the club. It's refreshing to see them do well. They've got League One manager, is basically an expert at League One, Kenny Jackett, who's going to do well, I'm sure, at the club. They've got wingers like Naismith and Bennett that are going to terrorise defences. They've got Christian Burgess at centre-back, who's a very good defender, who's going to be hard to beat. And I'm sure that they won't leak too many goals, and they're going to be right up there again. 2nd place, Wigan Athletic. So that means, obviously, I put Blackburn in first. I chose Wigan because I think Paul Cook's a good manager. He's inherited a good team, and they should easily compete in League One. So 1st place, Blackburn Rovers, you know, former Premier League title winners. I've seen many people and the bookies also share this view. Manager Tony Mowbray seems to have breathed a bit of a new lease of life into the club towards the end of last season. He did slightly improve things a bit. They've got striker Danny Graham, who scored 18 goals last year, and in that team as well, that's very impressive. So I think in League One he can be absolutely emphatic. For me, they definitely have to win the league. So this is my final league table. Thanks a lot for watching until the end of the video. Be nice to me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Get me on all the socials in the description. Subscribe for more stuff. I've got things planned for the upcoming season. Thank God football's back. I'll see you soon.